Hello and welcome to the Kevin T channel. And this video is basically something that needs to be done. I'm going to be cleaning my 9mm handguns over the weekend. As you well know, I took 4 videos of my 9mm Beretta Storm px4 compact and my Smith & Wesson Shield, which actually my wife uses, but I was just shooting it just because I felt like shooting it. So this video I will start off with the Beretta 9mm px4 Storm, and we're gonna first check the chamber. It's already unloaded. I already unloaded the magazine from it. Chamber is empty, as you can well see, clear as a whistle. Now I'm going to pull on these little doodads here. There's 2 on either side. Mine isn't very well, so I have to bear with that. And then, never can seem to do this right. Okay. That didn't work, so let's try it again. Dry fire it right quick. Okay, now you're just being stubborn. Ah! It ejected. Okay, now we have this. I won't aim the camera down a bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. There. Camera fall, mayday, mayday. Okay. Alright. So you can see what I'm doing. Basically I'm gonna set this back some more. There we go. Alright. Sorry for the little camera problem. Alright, we're going to take this out. Whew, very greasy. And then unload the barrel. Load the barrel here. And there you go. 3 parts to the gun. The slide, the barrel, the spring, and the thing that holds the spring. Okay, what I like to do is I take one of these. It has a little slide or needle thread in it. Take one of my cotton swabs here. And let's see what we got going on here. Kind of fold it down a little bit and then thread it through. And I'll use it and thread it through the barrel a couple times and twist it around. Not much in the way of soot or gunpowder residue. The barrel's pretty much clean. And so forth, which is interesting considering I put about 150 rounds through 2 different weapons. More so on the Beretta than I did anything else. Alright, so take that, move that, and then we're going to take this one, kind of clean the spring off a little bit. I'm just holding it at the spring area and just kind of twisting it around, trying to get some of the excess grease off. Which is really strange. Of course, in some of my other videos, I noticed there was excess grease, so I'm going to do an extra cleaning on this. And so forth, try and get some of this excess grease off. You want to try and get it really nice and clean, because if you get any excess grease or anything, you'll have gun jams apparently. Okay, I'm going to take out a bigger swab here of cotton. Don't worry, I got plenty of cotton. I'm going to use it all in one night. That's just ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I got plenty of cotton. It's the fabric of our lives. No pun intended, of course. Cotton has been around for quite a long time. So, don't ask me how long, but I would assume quite a few hundreds of years, given the fact that they used wool in England, cotton in the States. So I can only assume that cotton has been around for quite a while. Need to clean that up. The way to get in there is to take my rod thing. There's a chamber where the spring goes. Right in here. So I want to clean that up a little bit inside there. Okay. That's all nice and clean. Now I just wipe any excess oil off or grease that's on the slide. Front of this got really chalked up with some what I call flaming ammo. Flaming ammo. If I could speak correctly tonight, I'd be fine. Basically, it's where excess gunpowder is in the excess gunpowder is basically burned off when fired. When there's too much gunpowder in the shell, which I've seen. One of the ammos that I had, it was all the roundage in there would shoot out this big huge flame. Oh yeah, hence the reason flaming ammo. Take a little brush here and loosen up some of the gunpowder residue in the grease. Let's see how. I'm gonna get the slides real good. The grooves where the slide goes back into. And I think there's a little bit of grease over here on the spring roundage stuff. Get that up. Yep. Nothing like cleaning a gun in the night. Yepper. I think that about does it for get the shining up the barrel, or the slide where the barrel part goes. It's getting real nice and shiny. It was black inside there, if you can see the shiny part, and so forth. And then of course you want to try and get in here. That's where I'm getting. I had to take the brush right in here because it was filthy, dirty, and charcoaly, and so forth. I don't know if charcoaly is a word, but that'll have to do. Alright. And then I want to try and get another cloth here So I can clean the outside of this barrel here. Kind of clean the barrel a bit. Getting excess oil or grease or soot, gunpowder residue, whatever you want to call it, off the barrel. A little bit of ooh-wee. That's all nice and shiny. It's where the bullet goes in. Bullet goes in here, comes out this end. This is probably a long video, so you can fast forward at any time, and so forth. I'm just trying to get this cleaned up. Feel free to watch any of my other videos. If you must, you must. So, getting some of this oil residue that's gotten deep inside the groove where the barrel actually changes like that and ejects the shell downwards, which actually is a good thing because, you know, I really don't like shells hitting me in the face and so forth. So that's actually a good thing when you got and then shell don't hit you in the face. Now we're going to go to the actual gun portion of it. The hand portion of it, and this I'm going to try and get, this is where I'm trying to clean the ejector port. It gets a lot of buildup of whatever's here, so I'm just going to take a brush a little bit, kind of scrape off any excess residue, and check things out on the slides and whatnot. Then I'll take some cotton swab and kind of wipe everything off real good. Oh yeah, got a little bit of, how'd that happen? There's like gunpowder residue over here. Must be from the gunpowder, when the hammer hits the firing pin hits that tail end of that bullet, it really does a number when it hits that gunpowder. Talk about things being blown. So I'm just wiping it all down so I can fire it when it needs to be fired. Which is a rarity I get to go to the range. You know. It's like something. Interesting. Okay. Now that we have it all wiped down, I think, and all pretty much cleaned up, it's time to put it back together. Now to do that, I'm going to add only a little bit of oil in certain areas. But first, I'm going to put the barrel back in. Put the barrel back in, make sure it's in the right position, and then we're going to take this gun oil right here, make sure I'm not aiming at my eyes or anything. I'm just going to put a itty bitty tiny drop. Okay, that's tiny, maybe a little too much. Get the cloth in there and kind of soap it up some. Okay. So I got a little drop of oil in there to help with everything. Then I'm going to take this. I hope I got it in right. More than likely I do. Because if I don't, it'll bite me in the butt. Wipe all this in right quick. Okay. Actually, I did have it in wrong. Surprisingly enough. Bald point goes to this end. And we want to make sure it lines up with the connection point on the barrel, which is just underneath. It's like a weird diamond shaped. Getting it in may be a little bit tricky. There we go. I had to push it in just a hair. Okay. Now, I'm going to pour a little bit of oil on the spring about right here. And down about right here. Doink. Okay. Then I'll turn it sideways. Pour just a hair bit more. Kind of roll that around, then I'll take it off. I should have probably wiped it down with oil first, because now it's coated in oil. Alright, put that right there. Kind of clean up the excess oil on the thing right there. Wee. Kind of messed up on that point. You're supposed to oil the spring first, then put it in. But no harm done. Nothing but 3 drops of oil, which ain't much really when it comes down to bottom line of things. And then put it back in, like so. Kind of wipe off the tops, inside, before you slide it back in. Make sure there's no lint or anything blocking, and so forth. And then I'm going to take some oil and put it on the slide, which takes a little bit of doing. Just little tiny oil right there, kind of oozing in one direction or the other. Let it soak in a bit. Same thing around the other side. And then I'm going to take it after I got a little too much in there, but that's okay. Kind of wipe it down a little bit. Like they say, no harm, no foul. But then again, you can never have too much oil. I mean, you want your machine to work properly, but you don't want it to jam up either. So it's kind of a no-win scenario. And then I'm going to take it, put it back, make sure it's perfectly slid, and make sure that's down, and voila, one perfectly good gun. Now I'm just going to take it and slide it back a couple times. And then I'm going to take this little tiny cloth and try and wipe up some edges with the oil and whatnot. Nothing too serious, just make sure I got everything wiped down and so forth. front end and whatnot. As I said before, there's nothing in the chamber. All of it is unloaded, so no risk of me accidentally firing anything. And it looks good. And so forth. No excess grease or anything like that. Safety looks good. And whatnot. No excess grease there either. Chamber looks clean. So, end of how to clean a Beretta px4 Storm 9mm compact. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and tune in to the next video, which will be how to clean a Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm. Thank you and have a nice day. Please subscribe to my channel.